Leather, red leather, yellow leather.
There you go.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready to go?
I think so.
Ready to do this thing?
Okay, let's do a clap.
No, we did that. We did that already.
Damn.
Wait a second.
What?
Hold on a second.
I'm holding, waiting. I like how Unicron is just there in the background.
Yeah, very
There we
Christmassy.
go.
It's very good. Yeah.
My little Echo Dot made a beep, so I wasn't sure if there was some sort of weird because it alerts me when I get a delivery.
Oh, really?
And it sounded like the delivery beep, but I guess it wasn't. I
Delivery
guess
bell?
she must have just heard her name somehow in the course of whatever I was saying. Must have
What are we
sounded
talking about?
vaguely.
Now, did you change yours from Alexa, or is it?
No, it's still her name
Yeah. Okay.
that I'm not.
But you're not saying.
But I'm going to great lengths to not say because it will trigger it. But yeah, I know
Alexa,
you can change.
purchase toilet paper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, oh geez, I didn't know we were doing this.
What?
There we go.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well,
Time for a pre-show scratch. Let's
yikes.
let's get down there. There we go.
I like how CJ pretends he's too good for this.
I know.
Good for it.
Yeah.
Can't participate.
Do you just not do this at all? Are you too good for this at all, or you just don't want to
Really?
on camera?
The older I get, the
Hold on,
itchier my
hold on.
back gets.
I have to use this.
I don't
See,
know.
that's
That's
weird.
what are you? What are you doing?
You got no reach on that.
Yeah,
Look at this. I'm down. I'm in the small of my back.
I'll be
right
honest.
now.
I mean,
Almost.
I've in
It's like
moments of
Cooper's little
desperation, I've used like a pen and stuff to.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I
like
mean,
Cooper's hook.
it gets bad.
That'll
You got to
help.
do what you got to do. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, using a Funko Pop
It's like Cooper's
as
hook.
a back scratcher, you got no reach.
It worked out though.
You know,
Ah.
if anything, you're probably getting less reach than you would get with your bare hand.
Yeah, you're right.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
CJ does have the hands of a bear.
That's true.
Yikes. You're
Yep.
you're really you're ploding
Oh
there.
Jesus! Here we go.
Who?
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Greg.
Greg. Is he?
Greg's a little loud.
Greg's a
Normally
little
so
loud. It's his-
quiet and
I
understated.
would just- Ooh,
Hmm.
how's that? Is that better?
That's much better.
Well, because remember last week he was quiet, so he had to up his
No, it-
levels.
I don't know how I got turned off.
Well, now it's
Maybe-
fine. I think.
Okay,
Say
good.
something. Okay.
Something.
There you
Good, that worked. Hello and welcome to episode 789. Why was 6 afraid of 7?
This is-
because 7, 8, 9. You
It's gonna be a
the last
long time
thing.
before we get to say something like that.
Well, we're
I
never
know.
going to get to again.
Well, it'll be
never.
like 8,000
8,910. This is our last. This is our last royal flush for a while.
That's right.
Yeah.
Of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. I am your host, Chris Johnston, and with me, as always, from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward.
Yellow.
How's it going there, sir?
I spent the whole day Christmas shopping.
Oh,
For Christmas presents.
Ready to sleep. Yes.
Oh, very nice. That's the best thing to Christmas shop for.
Mm-hmm.
Should have
true.
really taken care of that earlier in the year, though.
yeah. Why so late?
You realize Christmas is late in like a week.
Yeah,
Yep.
not
You're
even.
aware of that, right?
Yeah.
I'm aware of that.
There's a tree up. I see it.
I'd figure I'd wait until the latest wave of COVID hit,
Ah, smart move.
and then it would clear out the stores a little
Get
bit,
out there.
and then
Ah,
get out there.
there you go.
But it didn't really. I'm sure it didn't really clear out the stores. Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It made things worse because now everybody's. I'm not going to say everyone's rushing out because we're not early. You know,
Mhm.
those of
Right.
us who waited too long or who is out there, but now all the stores are back down to like 50% capacity. So you're waiting in
Oh.
line to get into the stores.
Oh, geez.
Oh, okay.
So-
Wow.
Okay.
Well then.
But it got done. I'm good.
Good. Good.
How are you?
Nice. Good. And joining me from the great state of Washington,
Jeez.
Mr. Phil Theobald.
Hello.
Hi there.
How is up?
Not too much.
Good. 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 Glad to hear it.
You guys are both in like Christmas wonderlands there, and I'm not. I feel very left
look
out.
at you. Look
Yeah.
at you. You're in like corporate housing.
Maybe just throw up a few lights there, bro.
Seriously. I know.
What's going on?
I got this.
We got the Christmas stuff in the living room.
Stockings hung.
I'm not in the living room.
CJ,
you're in the living room.
CJ, you're a content creator now.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
To take care of your backdrop.
Amen.
It needs to look like you give a damn about the people
really.
watching.
Okay. I'll do that for next year. I'll get a green screen and a nice North Pole.
No, okay, you don't have to do all of that. I mean, that's fine too. You don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
Maybe some lights on that shelf. Just saying.
Lights on the shelf? Okay.
Or even the window. Something like that. Maybe you drape your cat in Christmas lights.
Oh, there you go.
And make it sit on that little cat thing.
That would be cool.
Greg, you might appreciate this. I got this today.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
So that's obviously that's new, right?
This is a re-release. For those not YouTubing it, this is a G1 Transformers Blaster, the Autobot boombox.
No way. Two can play.
First we crack the shell,
then we crack the nuts inside.
That's Walmart has been re-releasing some old G1 toys here in the US for a little while now.
See, again, if I had the money and space, I would have all that stuff.
What you want to know what's crazy is
you don't have either?
I'm
sorry,
running out of space. Now money I'm fine I'm fine on the money part. It's the space where you buy too many Unicrons, you start running out of space. But that guy was clearance. He was on clearance.
Oh,
really? I paid like $15 for him.
See, the big thing there is that I wouldn't be able to keep. I shouldn't say be able. I wouldn't bother keeping up to know things like that. You know what I mean? And then I'd just be pissed off that I missed it.
Oh, just in terms of like clearance sales and stuff.
Yeah.
See, well, what it is. I just I follow a few Transformers news sites on Twitter. And if you get lucky, they'll you'll check Twitter when they send out a tweet about.
Although I was in GameStop today because that's what it's called here now. They finally dropped the EB games.
Oh, they're not EB games anymore?
Nope.
Oh wow.
And I saw one of those War for Cybertron, the sort of bigger. I think it's called War for Cybertron, something like that.
Yeah.
More sort of deluxe
right
versions. But it's Rodimus Prime. If it had been Hot Rod, I might have grabbed it, but it's big, I don't like Rodimus Prime. I like Hot Rod.
The big commander class.
Well,
I mean, you're not going to know the class names because you're not as big of a nerd about it as I am. But the bigger one is probably like $80 or something.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's a solid figure.
But again, I would prefer
you want
Hot Rod, not
I get it.
Prime.
I get it.
There you go.
I understand.
Purist.
Well then, yeah. Should we talk about some video game news?
I don't know. I'm kind of liking talking about toys.
Talk about Transformers some more.
Yeah,
we can stop the Transformers talk.
I don't.
Just wait for an episode without me, and then you can.
You know what?
What?
Looking at your dingy old.
You could use some Transformers.
Yeah.
Maybe if this room transformed into
something Christmassy,
more exciting. Than
something look like somebody lives there.
CJ's Dungeon of Depression over here.
What are you talking about? Didn't you see the fuzzy chair? The little fuzzy chair right there.
Yeah, look at that! I got a blue pelt on the chair.
Yeah,
it looks like you got a skinned Muppet back there.
Did you kill James Sullivan over there? What am I looking at? What is that?
Sully, no.
Cover. Yeah, it's a seat cover.
The seat cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just fuzzy and blue.
Yeah.
CJ's sex chair.
It's my daughter's desk chair.
What are you doing having sex on it then?
No.
That's disgusting.
No.
Gosh. When it's fuzzy and blue, CJ knows what to do. There we go.
Yikes.
Yeah, them little bristles get everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, right up the old hootenanny.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean your bunghole. Your taint misbehaving at CJ's crib tonight.
Taint misbehaving.
Right. All right, so let's do some here.
How heartbreaking is it? Speaking of Mr. Show,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Jay Johnston.
Johnston.
There.
No
Yeah.
relation. Let's just make
No
that
relation
We knew
to
that,
you.
though. We knew that though. Not about the no relation. We knew that too. But I mean, it's been known for a while that he was there.
Yeah, absolutely,
Just
absolutely
confirmed now.
Now it's really the ramifications are coming. So
yeah,
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You remember
Yes,
when
indeed.
we didn't know anything about all these celebrities?
I
Remember
know,
how
right?
nice it was?
I know.
Just saying.
All right, can we get to the news? Done?
No, I just want. I want to stay. I hate that I can't
Stay
enjoy
with-
anything James Woods is in anymore.
Oh,
I really do.
yeah.
I like James
Although you know what?
What about Randy Quaid?
Well, he's just
Jeez.
nuts.
Randy Quaid
I haven't
is just-
enjoyed anything Randy Quaid's been in since the mid '90s. So
Well, I guess 1989.
other than-
yeah, I just
Christmas
watched the
Vacation.
last thing I enjoyed Randy Quaid in, and that was
Other than the vacation movies, what have you enjoyed Randy Quaid in?
that was it.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I should have said late
Independence
'80s.
Day?
Huh?
Oh,
He's in
Independence Day
Independence Day, isn't
sucked.
he?
Who enjoyed it? Who
Oh,
really enjoyed
God, that movie
Independence
was
Day?
bad.
My wife likes Independence Day.
That's
Really?
too bad.
You know what though? I got to give credit. I saw on the Disney Plus, National Geographic, they put out a new nature series, and it's
Called
hosted-
Independence Day.
No, but it's hosted by Will Smith.
And it's called Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
I love it. The first time I saw that, I was like, "That's brilliant."
Which you're just like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, no, I'm
I'll give you
on
that,
board.
Disney.
Yeah, good for him.
Did you already watch it, or you just?
No, I have
saw
not
the
watched it, no.
title and You're like, oh,
I just saw the title. Yeah,
But I know I'm going to.
we finished watching the Beatles thing, so that's
okay.
always
Are all the episodes of that out now?
The Beatles?
whatever. Yeah,
yes. Well, I mean,
is that on Disney Plus as well?
yes,
it is. Yeah.
Okay, I need to get I was trying to find that for my aunt today because she is a huge Beatles fan. I mean, and especially back when they were, really
Right.
popular.
Right.
She still has the reason I even thought about it is because we were upstairs. She lives upstairs, and we were up there wrapping Christmas presents for the kids. And she has this calendar, with like a local welding shop or something. But they used a poster of the Beatles, like a signed poster of the an image of a signed poster of the Beatles. And she was a huge Beatles fan. It's from 1965, I think.
Okay.
Or whatever year they were, first really big. And she has kept that. I know that calendar was on. That's something her father gave her when they were, when his teenage daughter was crazy about the Beatles.
Right.
And she has kept that for 60 years.
Good on her.
It's been on her bedroom wall her entire life.
Dang.
So I was like, you know what? You would probably love this documentary, but I
it,
didn't know what service it was on.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, and it's not. I mean, they call them episodes, I think, but they're movies. It's a trilogy of movies. Because each one is like 2.5 to 3 hours long. So
because it's Peter Jackson.
Because it's Peter Jackson.
Oh God, right.
But
so there's lots of CG and I mean the elf must be in it at some point, right?
Oh yeah. Well, one part
in Legolas.
At one part, John Lennon's like bouncing up some stairs as they're collapsing, and
right, firing arrows.
And Paul McCartney's ear falls into some porridge.
Yes, absolutely. And then a bunch of
deep cut.
Then a bunch of Muppets show up and start murdering each other.
But the fun part was I didn't know what service it was on, and of course through cable we only have upstairs. She only really has access to Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, maybe it's on Netflix, but I don't think it is. So I went and looked for it, and I found this other documentary called John and Yoko.
Oh, okay.
I said, well, there's a documentary about John and Yoko, and she says, nope, I'm not watching that. It's like, how come? She said, I never cared for Yoko Ono. Okay, cool. All right. She was the girl in Apollo 13.
Yoko is in this, of course.
Well, of course.
Funny,
about her. I assume.
You think it's everyone talks about Yoko was just kind of always there, broke up the band and that sort of thing. But it's like when you watch this, all their girlfriends show up. They're all just kind of hanging out. Like Yoko's just sitting there talking to Linda McCartney, who wasn't Linda McCartney at that point, but they're just all chilling out, being bored while their boyfriends are working. So, but it's I
gotta watch it.
It's a good series of movies. So
I see.
Interesting stuff.
Well, you know what else is a good series? Power On, the story of Xbox, which is a documentary series about Microsoft's video game aspirations starting from 20 years ago. The original Xbox coming all the way up to today, and they talk about the Xbox
20 years
One.
ago today. Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play.
Talk about the original Xbox, and even the Red Ring of Death gets.
I saw that Microsoft is selling posters of the Red Ring of Death.
I love that. Correct. They're selling a poster of the Red Ring of Death.
I love it.
It feels to me like they should be sending one of those free to everyone who had,
like they did with Xbox 360s.
Yeah.
You know what? I've said this before on the show, and I have to hand it to Microsoft, because I still say that was one of the greatest marketing triumphs ever, because that, to use a word we used a lot in the last 2 years, the Red Ring was a pandemic. On the Xbox 360, it was. Who did you know that didn't have a Red Ring of Death if they owned a 360?
I mean, I had two.
Anyone?
Anybody? No.
I had two.
Actually, a lot of people I know had at least
I had
two.
Multiple.
Yeah,
and I knew people who baked their Xboxes and wrapped them in towels and played, doing all that stuff. And it was ubiquitous. Like, it happened to everybody I knew that had an Xbox.
Yeah.
360. And they turned that into a positive somehow, to the point that here we are in 2021.
I don't think they did. They just managed it.
That's what I'm saying.
Enough.
They managed. No, but I think that it did turn into a positive, because it became
suddenly people.
Then they turned around and said, "We'll send you new Xboxes."
Yeah,
they're refurbed, but we'll send you a new Xbox.
Right.
No problem. Don't have to worry about the warranty. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, at the end of the day, here we are in 2021, and they're selling a poster of the Red Ring of Death.
That's right.
And the Xbox brand is quite strong.
Oh yeah, of course.
And they're doing. I mean, in the documentary, which I haven't gotten to this episode yet, I believe they talk quite frankly about that incident.
Oh yeah.
And in the later episode, they interview Don Matrick about the TV stuff.
Oh,
in
nice.
a documentary
I'm sure he's quite
series
frank about it too.
Bankrolled by Microsoft, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I watched the first episode, and it's really quite interesting. I highly recommend this series.
I always liked the original Xbox team. I thought they were great. I loved interviews with them. Of course, EGM. We did the reveal.
Yep.
And I thought that was great. And Opening the Xbox was a fantastic book. Again, it was very.
Oh yeah.
It felt very honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to sit down and watch these. So I'm sure they're awesome.
Yeah, they're about 40 minutes each. Have some really great interviews and really great game footage and commercials from the time. So yeah, it's worth watching for sure.
Nice.
And of course, if you really want to have it, you can get a poster of the Red Ring of Death and some of the other key art for each of the episodes of these documentary shorts.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah, you can own those as well if you want.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So Sony.
They selling a yellow light poster? Because nobody remembers that. That's why.
Yeah.
No, they're selling a Boomerang PS3 controller T-shirt.
Ah, finally.
Remember that Boomerang controller?
I do.
Yeah. No, that
they're
never
telling
made it out.
They selling a 3 HDMI port shirt, or
no? They're doing a DualSense that doesn't have the force feedback,
right?
To commemorate the PS3's
right, the DualSense
15th.
Yeah.
The Sense Access.
Yeah.
Access. Yeah.
I went to a movie theater this past week.
Yeah.
To see.
Why would you do that?
To see the Spider-Man.
But why would you go out in public?
So I wanted to see the Spider-Man.
Sounds dangerous.
Wanted to see the Spider-Man, and I go there, and they have a little arcade at this movie theater, and they had one of those one of those redemption machines where they put in like high-end electronics that you can win. They'll have like a an iPod Touch, or a little drone, or something like that.
Yeah.
So they had one of those there, and I'm assuming it hasn't really been touched or restocked in some time, because one of the big prizes they have in there is a PS3 controller. Was it a DualShock 3? right? Is that
yeah.
They had
as long as it was a late stage PS3,
or is it a 6-axis?
I don't believe it is. But it's a it's a very old.
They leave it in there long enough, it'll be more valuable.
That's true, actually.
That's true.
The value is only going to go up.
Going to movie theaters then, though.
Well, we'll see.
Well, anyway, Sony is launching some new DualSense wireless controller colors and PS5 console covers in matching colors.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, pink, not all of them
blue,
yet.
Galactic purple, black, and what else?
Did you say purple?
Red. I did. I said galactic purple.
Galactic purple. It's not just purple.
Yeah. So now instead of white, you can have your.
Thank God, I can stop. I can stop cussing this thing so often.
Are you gonna get one of the covers, Greg?
I make it a black one.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the PlayStation 5 sticks out like a sore thumb on my black entertainment stand next to my black Xbox Series X and my black game Switch dock.
Yeah.
You know, you could just take the faceplate off.
Yeah. Not with all the dust in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
I'm not going to pick one of these up because I just have my PS5 behind my television anyway, so I don't even see it.
That's
mine just
seems like a relatively commonplace for
well, where else is it going to fit?
I know, right?
If you don't have an extra room for it.
But my TV's mounted though, so I can't.
You can't do that
unless I.
And it's low enough that I can't stand the Series X or the PS5 vertically because it's like a good 4 feet into the picture.
Right. Yeah. My PlayStation's horizontal.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I think I might spring for a purple one because
I'd like purple.
Really good.
Yeah. I love me.
That's my favorite out of the bunch.
I love purple, and I did just buy a second controller. I got their red one. But I might have to spring and get the purple controller too.
Purple looks great.
I do like me some purple. Say. You know what they need to do is bring back Sakura Pink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still have my Japanese PS2 in the Sakura Pink color, which it's kind of a dark pink with a metallic sheen on it, and it is absolutely stunning. And I would buy all my electronics in Sakura Pink if I could.
I just want more translucent stuff. That's what I'm looking for.
Did you see the Xbox 20th anniversary controller?
I did, yeah.
Which one?
The 20th anniversary controller.
Oh, Xbox. I don't know if I did.
That's translucent.
Is it really?
Yeah, but it's like a darker. Yeah, it's translucent, but it's
not like kind of smoky.
Or smoky. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I already have too many Xbox controllers, so I didn't pick that one up.
Bring back that iMac stuff. You know?
Yeah.
You want the Bondi Blue Xbox controller?
Yeah.
That looks like what Limited Run is using in their store. I saw some footage of the inside of that physical store that they're building.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe it looks like the monitors they're using are old iMacs, like the colorful translucent iMacs.
Oh, really?
That's
nice.
Fun.
Very nice.
All right. Well, Ubisoft has announced that they are starting production on a Splinter Cell remake.
That's cool. That's almost 20 years old too, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, what did that? It came out on the OG Xbox and PS2, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell?
Yeah. It was just Xbox at first, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't remember. That always felt that always seemed like it was an Xbox game to me. I mean, that's just because that's what I played it on.
Yeah. Well, and they had that one online only installment too. You remember that one?
I didn't stick with the series.
Okay. Well,
I do remember though. I remember Dan Shu talking about the online play, and I don't know if it was in the first Splinter Cell or not, but it was. I remember that it had what was it like? If you were near somebody in the game, they could hear you.
Yeah.
Had proximity based chat.
Oh, okay.
Which I remember him telling a story about where it was like, if you snuck up behind someone to kill them, you could whisper something in their ear or something before you killed them. It was just like, we all thought that was just the coolest thing ever.
Well, I remember, I forget what that installment is called, but
yeah,
I reviewed highly. like because it was fun to play. But then when I ended up with the game, played it against real people, because it was kind of like a terrorist versus whatever.
I remember you talking about this before.
And the unfortunate thing is, of course, you can't count on people to play correctly.
Yeah.
That's why CJ doesn't play games with his daughter.
Yeah, I do. We just played Sea of Thieves today. Or not today, yesterday.
Look at that.
I play games with my daughter all the time. But
do you ever play a game with her that's not Sea of Thieves?
I was going to say, do you ever play a game she wants to play, or is it just
Sea of Thieves? We played Clubhouse games.
It's Sea of Thieves and nothing, kid.
No? Yeah, we played Blackjack. She knows it.
Christ. Planning for the next trip to Vegas, are we?
Teaching her those gambling mechanics.
That's right.
Dark patterns.
Yep.
Something like that. So yeah, anyway, they acknowledged that a Splinter Cell remake is coming. They didn't have a trailer or anything. They just kind of announced that it's in production and they're hiring people to make it. So there you go. Anyone want to work at Ubisoft?
What's that?
No.
Are you asking if I want to work at Ubisoft?
That's what I said. Yes.
No.
Okay. Good. All right.
Have you? I don't know.
Why?
If
Why would you ask that?
I don't know if you've been keeping up on Ubisoft news lately, but
no.
All
right. So then, Nintendo had an Indie World showcase on the 15th. That was last week, showing off some new indie titles from various studios. A couple interesting things in here. We got a date for Ollie Ollie World that comes out on the 8th of February.
Mm-hmm.
February and March are stacked.
I know. Yeah. Got Sea of Stars from the company that made The Messenger.
You're supposed to say Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars.
There you go.
It is it looks like a Secret of Mana style game, actually. It's
cool.
Really good. The pixel art is great. This was originally a Kickstarter, and it's coming out holiday 2022. But did you guys watch this at all? Any titles?
No, I didn't watch it. I've been so busy this week. I have not watched any of this stuff.
I really haven't either.
Yeah. Well, we also got Chicory for the Switch.
Yeah,
and Shadow dropped that.
You played that, right?
I did on PS5
or PS5.
Yeah, PS5. Yeah.
And you liked it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Yeah. See, I've been wanting to play it because it looks charming as all get out.
It's super charming.
Yeah. I might have to.
I think you'd like it.
Break down and pick that up sometime.
Yeah. And River City Girls 2 coming out in summer 2020.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
River City Girls is a good time.
It's a good Girls, game. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Very, very excited to play the sequel.
And also, did you notice? I don't think this was on the outline, but I just thought of it. That Sega announced another arcade mini.
Oh, I did see that. Yes,
the shmups only
with the Tate mode.
Tate mode.
Tate.
I might have to get it just because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is it called? It's like the Atomic City 5
V, I believe.
Yeah.
For
Victory.
Very up and down.
I would assume it's for vertical.
Very up and down screen.
Very up and down.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. I will not be picking that up just because I honestly I was looking through the game.
You don't use the other one you have?
Well, there's that. But I honestly am not super familiar with most of the games on there.
Well, they're all shooters.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like Truxton. Yeah, I know
Truxton.
I know Truxton.
I love that Truxton has such a massive internet following.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Does
I
it?
did not realize that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it has everything to do with. Do you remember like Classic Game Room? Do you remember watching Classic Game Room?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who ran, he doesn't do it anymore, but the guy who ran Classic Game Room, his name escapes me right now, loves Truxton.
Oh, really?
Just loves it.
Wow.
And I feel like there's a whole generation of like retro Genesis gamers who are Truxton fans. Not that Truxton's a bad game.
No, Truxton was good.
It was fine.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's this inordinate amount of love for Truxton. I mean, that giant skull in the screen when you used the bomb was pretty metal. So
that's what everyone remembers.
That's
about
what
Truxton,
everyone remembers about that game.
The bomb.
So even if you don't know what it's called, you've seen that image.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway,
but people wasting
Truxton.
their time with Truxton, they could be playing Blazing Lasers.
Oh, Blazing Lasers! God, I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same developer, I think.
Is it?
Is it Toplan? No, Blazing Lasers was Compile.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Sorry, Toplan was Truxton.
Yeah, Toplan was Truxton.
Mm.
So,
two very good shooter developers.
Absolutely, that's just it.
Like you can't go wrong with most of their games.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's get into what you've been playing.
Oh,
and I'll kick us off.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, talking about the Indie World Showcase. I picked up a title that was covered in there. It's called Let's Play Oink Games. Oink Games, you may remember, Phil.
Wait, is the title Let's Play Oink Games?
Let's Play.
Okay.
Exclamation mark. Oink Games.
Okay.
And you may remember Oink Games from the Takeshi and Hiroshi game. Came out on Apple Arcade and then later the Switch.
Yeah.
Apparently, they are also a prolific maker of board games in Japan.
Oh, really?
And so Let's Play Oink Games is a collection of 4 of their physical board games that you can play digitally on the Switch.
Okay.
And it works pretty well. A lot of the games, 3 out of 4 of the games you can play using a single Switch. But they also have options where you can play locally with multiple Switches, or you can play these games over the internet as well, which is kind of nice.
Okay.
So I've been spending some time with Deep Sea Adventure in Let's Play Oink Games, which is it's an interesting little game for 2 to 4 players, or maybe it's more than that actually. But I played it with my daughter, and the idea of it is you are 2 deep sea divers, and you can each turn you roll the dice, obviously, and then move that amount of spaces. And if you decide to like pick up some treasure, then it like subtracts 1 from your next dice roll when you're going back to the surface. And everybody shares this 1 air tank that depletes as you continue to move when you're holding treasure. So if you get back to the ship with air, so you have time to get back safely, then it totals up your points. You turn over the treasure tiles and it totals up your points. If you don't get back, you die and you have 0 points. So pretty interesting game that I've just described very badly, but it is a lot of fun. So if you've enjoyed like the board games that are in Clubhouse games, this is quite similar to that. The art style is very sort of minimalistic, but it works really well. I mean, it's a nicely put together package, very well produced. And I think it's something like $25 or less than that. But worth it to not have to pick up any pieces after you play.
It's not that annoying to
it is.
Up board games.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to call that
out. They have one that's like a moon adventure with a similar but different mechanic from the Deep Sea Adventure game. And then there's one called A Fake Artist Goes to New York, where you have multiple players.
Is this the Andy Warhol story?
They're all working on the same piece of
Andy
art.
Dick story.
You take turns like drawing, but one of the players doesn't have the clue of what you're supposed to draw.
So it's Pictionary.
They have to kind of, bluff their way through it. And in the game, you have to like figure out who the person who doesn't know the clue is based on what they're drawing. So kind of interesting. And then there's another one called Startups that requires multiple switches to play. So I haven't played it, but I imagine it includes cryptocurrency and NFTs. So I just didn't even bother with that.
What?
Just kidding. Just checking to see if you're still listening, Greg.
I was listening.
I think he was setting up a bit.
I guess.
I think he's trying to overcompensate for his clear love of NFTs over the past few weeks.
No.
I get it.
Did you see that story about the Stalker 2 devs?
You notice how NFTs are CJ's are to CJ as microtransactions are to Ethan?
But CJ loves
So everything comes back to them.
But CJ loves NFTs.
I don't though. That's the thing.
What's your latest ape that you picked up? How many apes you got in your collection now?
0.
Oh, you're going for the lions. I gotcha.
So I also played the Gunk. This is that game.
Didn't that come out on the Genesis in like 95?
No,
you're thinking of Vector Man 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
This is from Image and Form for the Xbox. It's on Game Pass, and you play space scavenger? Question mark.
Okay.
And they land on this planet that's full of gunk, and you clean it up with your little arm attachment thing, vacuum.
Okay.
And solve some very light puzzle mechanics. So pretty interesting so far. I've heard it's not very long. I've heard people are finishing it in like 3 hours, and I've already played like an hour and a half. So I guess
now I'm
halfway
sold.
through.
I'm definitely playing this.
Yes.
Might have to give this a try.
It's pretty good. I don't love and then perhaps I'm spoiled by bigger budget 3D games, but this game has a lot of voice acting in it, and just the 3D models don't emote well, or like the lip flaps just it's sort of disappointing in that way. But I guess Image and Form is sort of known more for 2-dimensional games, like Steam World games, so it's a little rough in that area, but otherwise and this game also does something that sort of annoys me from a parent level. On a parental level. It's a game that looks like kids could play it, but it has curse words in it.
Boning.
Oh man.
It has curse words.
Oh really?
With the nasty language.
Like, why? This game would be fine for any age, except it's got curse words.
Is the cursing kind of awkwardly delivered? Like, does it just seem unnatural?
It's not unnatural, but it's unnecessary.
No, okay.
It's completely unnecessary.
And CJ Parental Advisory Johnston over here.
Yeah. What kind of language are we looking at? Are we looking at like a hell or a damn, or
are we Two Live Crew, or are we PG-13?
No F-bombs, but you get the word for crap.
Poop?
Dung.
The S
fecal matter.
Caca?
No, they say shit in the game.
Hey. This is a family show.
Oh,
what's going on, man?
Yeah, sorry about that.
The fuck, dude?
I was gonna do it. I was like, that's too easy. But Phil will do it.
Phil will do it.
Easy joke.
But anyway, so I mean, it's very similar to, and this was something that I ran across in The Good Life as well. That Swery 65.
Well, Swery's right in his name.
Yeah. Where you're this journalist who investigates this town, and you turn into cats at night. Cats are dogs, and it's a cute little game. It's like a cute RPG mystery, and it's got curse words.
Whenever you do a callback to a game you've previously talked about on the show, it always makes me wish I'd listened when you talked about it.
This is what
because I do not remember you talking about this.
I don't remember that either.
Turning into cats and dogs.
I don't remember.
Yeah, The Good Life. I think I talked about it 2 months ago when it came out.
Ted Danson?
That's a long time ago.
No. Anyway, my daughter was playing it, and it's got swear words, it's got curse words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Your daughter's getting up there now. She's good.
She's watched Die Hard, so she's a grizzled old
there
vet.
You go.
This stuff, but
there you go.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother scratcher.
Exactly.
It's Mr. Falcon, actually.
Is that what he says, Mr.
Falcon?
Yeah.
I thought that was in the sequel.
Yeah.
The sequel's the one to the really bad television dub.
Really? I don't know. Maybe
Mother Father.
I don't know.
Which streaming service is going to put out the TV edits of these movies? That's
they really should.
That's I'd love to watch
just
that.
Pure gold.
Yeah.
Absolute gold.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
I think maybe on one of the physical releases of Mallrats. They included
I want to
the
say
TV
that,
edit as a bonus feature, which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So
more movies should do that.
Not a great movie.
I haven't seen it since.
I haven't seen any Kevin Smith movies in a long time, and I'm just afraid that they're not going to have aged well. For me. So.
Yeah.
Clerks I can stay with because it's, a very indie,
right?
They had no money, first time movie director, first time writer. I can let all that go. But yeah, boy, you get into like Mallrats and Chasing Amy and
it
doesn't really do it.
Not the masterpieces we thought they were back in the 90s.
I don't think so.
It's too bad. Because me, I love the animals.
That was a funny line.
That was a great line.
It's the delivery of that.
It is.
What's his name? That was Dude, Where's My Car? I forget his name.
Yeah.
His name?
Stifler.
Yeah, but like
Stifler.
But I think he has an actual like name that's not a character too.
Animals.
Actual name.
Who cares? I said Stifler and everyone knew who we were talking about.
That's right.
Phil's frozen up. He's searching so hard for this name. It's used up all the RAM on his system.
That's right. Phil, you should know you can't switch applications on your PC.
Somebody needs an iMac.
What's the name?
Have I returned?
You have returned.
Okay, good. I wasn't looking up the name.
Why weren't you? Come on.
Because I don't. Turns out I don't really care that much.
There you go. Stifler. Done.
What's his name?
I'm not saying these movies didn't have some good lines. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some good lines in those movies. But,
in Dude,
just don't hold up.
Where's
just
my
look up Stifler?
Look up Stifler. Why are you?
Isn't Ashton Kutcher? Sean William Scott.
There you go.
Is the fellow's name.
Sean William Scott, right?
Sean William Scott.
SWS.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
Where were we?
Also, the gunk. We were talking about the gunk.
Oh, right.
Only a 3-hour game, so I'm sure I'll finish it.
Good.
It seems okay. It seems all right.
Except
for the occasional swear word, but
okay.
And they also in the dub they say so. How do you say solder?
In the dub. What?
In the
solder.
The English
solder.
You say solder or solder?
I've heard people say solder.
Who says solder?
People.
I know. I couldn't think of who said solder.
No,
they say solder in this game all the time, and it's very distracting.
Well, that's their image and form. They're like Swedish.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Yeah.
So is that just how you say it in Sweden?
I don't know, but
is that a European thing?
In Swedish voice
acting saying solder, and it's very
here it's definitely solder. You got a soldering iron.
A soldering iron
for soldering.
Yeah.
Very
distracting.
That must be a European thing. A little
might be.
Yeah.
Might be. I also played some Baba Is You. You ever played Baba Is You?
No.
It's a puzzle style game.
Okay.
It's an indie game where basically like on the screen it will show different commands. Like Baba is you or lava is hot or rock is push
hard.
Or wall is stop.
All rocks are minerals, but not all minerals are rocks.
And something like flag is win, and you can basically like push the words around like you would push blocks in Adventures of Lolo or something like that, and change the meaning of things so that like if push is not next to rock is, then you could push the word push into that sentence, and then you'll be able to
at least use a not at all confusing example.
Or like wall is stop. If you take stop out of that group of words, then you can walk through walls because wall is no longer stop.
So you're changing. So there's a game.
You're changing the level.
All right. See, what you were describing sounded like a tile game that was all about just creating phrases, like you with those little magnets on a refrigerator or something. But you're saying that actually changes the game rules.
Actually changes the game rules. Correct.
So if you find a block that says complete the game and you connect it to wall is complete the game, then if you touch the wall, you win.
Complete the game. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's correct.
Yeah.
Is it win? Then
wall is win.
If you touch the wall, then you win.
All is wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, this is kind of it's a puzzle game that came out a couple years back. It was like an indie darling for a little while. Came out on mobile and on Switch, and I bought it on Switch, I think, during a sale, but I never really picked it up.
Okay.
And they just recently updated the app to include user-created levels.
Oh.
And there's also like 2 new campaigns that you can play as well.
That's Campagna.
Campañas.
Is a G.
So I decided to, like, my daughter and I were playing games yesterday, and I was like, yeah, let's try Bob Is You. We'll just play it and like hand off the controller after each level. So we were doing that. Playing through Baba Is You. Pretty fun.
Well, all right then.
Pretty fun little game.
Neato.
And I also played a game called Prop Night that just came out on PC. It's a game on Steam. Basically, it is an asymmetrical horror game where it's 4 versus 1, and it kind of plays like Dead by Daylight in that you can either be a survivor or a killer. 1 killer versus 4 survivors, and as the survivor team, you need to repair these generators, and once 5 of them are repaired, then you have to open the doors to escape the level. And as the killer, you have to do everything you can to prevent that. And the twist here,
like something you would love.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's right up my alley right there. But the twist on it is that you can, as a survivor, turn into any object in the environment to kind of juke and get away from the killer. So let's say you're playing the summer camp level, and there's like a stack of kayaks next to you, and the killer's on your tail. You can mouse over the kayak, press a button, and you turn into a kayak suddenly. You can double jump away, and you can also like bounce on the killer's head and stun them. And they have all these different basically the level is full of these different objects that you can turn into, like hot dogs, like canteens, like lanterns, like all sorts of things. There's a piano in one of the levels, and it's pretty interesting. And when you're a prop, you can double jump as well, so you can juke the killer. And also, if you turn into something small, like an origami rabbit or something like that, or like a stuffed animal.
Self-esteem.
That's good.
Or like
it hurts because it's true.
Or a wine bottle or something like that. You can turn into a wine bottle, and it makes the noise as you like jump, and like it makes the noise of a bottle clanking against the environment. Nice. But then you can also like stop moving and then hit one of the triggers or the shift button and on the keyboard, and basically like straighten up and freeze. So you can place yourself on shelves in the environment as something that's
this is like Toy Story,
and like hide amongst these other things. It's basically
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, Toy Story.
You can come to
then
life,
the killer has to find you. So if you juke around them and get out of their cone of vision, and then like stop moving and just like
a cartoon or like one of the characters like hiding in a bush, like sneaking up behind someone, and they turn around and like, I thought that bush was over there.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
You can change into anything in the level. So there's like a school level. You can turn into these things that look like Apple IIe's and just kind of like bounce around the level.
So an old school level.
It's old school. Yeah. There's like like a lot of really interesting things to this game. Anyway, I'm kind of addicted to watching people play it because it's like watching a hide and seek game.
That's funny.
It's really fun. Anyway, so I've tried playing it, and I'm terrible at it, but I really like it. So
nice.
Just came out on Steam like 2 weeks ago, and they're doing a fair amount of like updating and responding to community feedback. So it's pretty great so far.
What's this one called again?
Prop Night.
Prop Night. Okay.
Yeah, very interesting game. And that's all I've been playing. So Greg.
Yeah, I didn't put anything on here because I haven't really been playing much new this week. We had a an endurance race in Gran Turismo with the league this week, so I was practicing for that for a lot of the time. I won, by the way.
What does an endurance race involve?
We ran it was an hour. It was an hour-long race.
Oh, wow.
And we turn on fuel consumption and tire wear. So you have to worry about, using up your tires and pitting for fuel. And it's awesome. It's great. Okay. It's awesome. I love it. So yeah, I didn't play much else, but I did decide, like, I have the next 2 weeks off. A little bit busy because of the holidays, but
sure.
There's a few games that I want to try to. I don't know if I'm going to play through them, but that are on Game Pass. I say, you know what, I'm going to download these and I'm really going to take a look at them. And so I downloaded It Takes Two. I need to figure out who I'm going to play that with, because obviously you can't play that alone.
You can play it online as well.
You can play it online. Yeah. Have either of you played that?
I have played a little bit of it. Yeah.
Who did you play it with?
Charlotte.
Well, no, and you know what? That's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that maybe one of my kids would want to play it with me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to decide
about the content of the game, right?
Well, see, that's what I'm a little worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. How did you find that?
I thought it was fine, but
Charlotte hasn't been through the same thing.
No,
yeah, exactly.
That's been emotionally,
and that's it. I
things.
got called out because I made a joke about that last week.
Right.
About, the fact that it's about divorce.
Right.
And I got called out about that on Twitter, and I was joking. But then I downloaded this. I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll play it with one of my kids. But then watching the trailer again, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
the backdrop of the whole thing is the kid fantasy of, if I just do this, then mommy and daddy will stay together, and it's like,
yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that.
So
but
maybe not.
Yeah,
with my kids. But anyway, I do want to try it. What's that?
It is a Keeley Award winner.
Yeah, won a Keeley. That's true. I also downloaded Forgotten City.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and you'd said that's only like 4 or 5 hours long, so I'm hoping I can actually knock that out.
Yeah.
This week or next week. And then I also downloaded, and I forget who I saw playing this or who I saw that recommended this, but I downloaded Lake. Which is about delivering mail around a small town on a lake, and that's really it. That's what it's about.
Okay. The premise of it is that you are like a computer programmer in New York, and you take a 2-week vacation
in 1986
while your dad is off doing something. You take over his job, and that is as a mail carrier in like Portland or like some rural town.
It's in Oregon.
Nope, no place more rural than Portland.
Well, okay, fine, Oregon. And you deliver the mail. Yeah, and there's a whole
town of Portland, Oregon, right there.
Story. I played it during. It was one of the demos in the summer Xbox Demo Fest.
So did you play through it?
No. Okay. It had a lot of screen tearing. It was very distracting.
Oh, it's not technically amazing.
It's not technically amazing.
No. I haven't seen screen tearing, but there's a lot of pop in and stuff like that. And like when you get into because it's obviously not a walking simulator, but it literally is like you start. I've only played 1 day of it. I assume you play all 14 days, and that's probably the end. But I think it's like I don't know how long the game is, but it's all about meeting characters and conversation trees and everything like that. So you start the day, and it's like, okay, you've got this much mail to deliver, you've got this many packages to deliver. So if it's mail, you just get to the mailbox of these. It's literally a little town that's around a giant lake.
Yeah.
And you get to a mailbox, you just go up and press A and you deliver the mail. And sometimes there's a conversation. Usually there isn't. But if it's a package, you have to go to the back of the truck and open it up and pick out the proper package and take it up. And you usually end up conversing with the person you're delivering the package to. And of course, the main character moved away from this small town of Portland, Oregon, 22 years ago.
Okay.
To go to New York and be a programmer. So a lot of it is like, oh yeah, I remember you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Would love to catch up, that sort of thing. I've only, like I said, I've only played the first day. Seems interesting.
Well, and you also get calls from your boss, right? Or something like that.
I've only had that happen once.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway,
is the big twist at the end? You find out you're the kid from Paperboy, all grown up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
You can't stop delivering things to people.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's really all I've been. The only other thing I really played this week was more Vandal Hearts and played some 32X stuff on Polymega. So
nice. So you're setting yourself up for Christmas vacation with adventure games and sort of chill delivery games.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. I mean, there's family to visit and all that stuff around here in the coming week, and kids who aren't in school. So we'll see how that goes. But I do need to figure out if I can find a partner to play It Takes Two, because I'm pretty much decided I'm not going to play it with my kids. So
yeah, it's probably
probably
a good idea.
All right, Phil.
Yeah, I too have not played very much, because I also I'm taking the next week off work, so I'm going to be off for the next 2 weeks as well. So this week was kind of spent very busy, kind of getting everything done before I skip out of work a week early. But yes, I didn't really play too much. I'm still playing more of Hot Wheels, just to get through the little season pass, or the racing season, whatever they call it. I'm close. I only have one more car to unlock. I mean, I have to up get through a few more levels before
you're in the last 10 levels. Then I would assume.
But I am in the last 10 levels. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm at level 40, or just about to hit level 40, and level 50 unlocks the final car.
Nice.
Harley Quinn car. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm still working away at that. But other than
how does it feel to be addicted to a live service game, Phil?
Oh, it's great. I can see why everyone loves this. I downloaded Fortnite. I'm really looking
lies and the liars you tell them.
Yeah. So
no, but I do think there is some fun to be had in games that have passes or like seasonal content. If you're enjoying the game,
which I was enjoying this game before they introduced the pass or whatever. So it's a game I like. So yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
like I think I mentioned this like a week or two ago. It encourages me to load it up for 15-20 minutes a day, just to play a few races, have a little fun with it. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Other than that, I've just been playing a few random portable games, just old Game Boy GBA games.
Oh, on your Analog Pocket?
Well, that's what's got me busting these out now. Is I did get an order in for an Analog Pocket. I do not know when it is going to be delivered yet. Although supposedly, because we are recording this on Sunday, as we do.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, tomorrow, Analog is sending out the emails to everyone who was able to get an order in, to let them know what group it's going to be in.
Okay.
And the 3 groups, there's I think Q1 of 2022, there's Q4 of 2022, and then the final group is 2023.
There you go.
That's the group you're in.
Well, see, that's what I kind of assumed. Just because, I mean, I
set yourself up for that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Prepare for disappointment.
Yeah.
So Phil's wedding vow.
And then guess what, honey? Let me set you up for this. But now I'm wondering, because I think pre-orders went live at 8 a.m. Specific time on the day they went up, and I of course I was there like at 8 o'clock hitting refresh, got my order in as soon as I possibly could. I placed the order right away, and then got put in a little queue, like sit in this queue for 3 or 4 minutes and then you'll be able to complete the checkout process.
Right.
So I did all that. And I got my order number, and everyone was comparing their order numbers because it's all sequential, just to kind of everyone's trying to figure out what group they're going to be in, but they, so I got my order in, but pre-orders were open for a fair amount of time.
Sure. Yeah.
After
they said they were doing a queue system, right?
Yeah. So now I'm wondering if, will I get one of the?
You're setting yourself up.
I know. I'm
setting yourself up.
I'm trying to stay skeptical. So, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But
those reviews sounded cool.
Well, that's just it. All the reviews are coming out of the
reviews are
initial
great.
Batch, and seeing footage of people playing it, it looks great. I'm very excited.
And Analog makes good stuff.
That's true.
I mean, that's I'm not surprised that it's good. I came really close to trying to get a pre-order too, but I really want the dock as well. And I think once you get into the dock and the system and shipping to Canada, you're pushing like $500.
Yeah. Well, the price goes up fast.
Yeah.
Once you factor in the dock and all the little adapters, which
are more expensive than they should be.
Well, they're $30 each.
Yeah, that's a little much. But
I mean, I don't know what's involved with them, so I'm like, I'll pay $30 for to turn this into a Turbo Express.
That's one of the reasons I wanted it too, though, is because it would be an easy way to stream.
Oh yeah,
the Neo Geo Pocket Color, because there's going to be an adapter for that, and the Lynx. There's going to be an adapter for Lynx, which is very cool.
Yep.
But
the only adapter currently available is the Game Gear one.
Yeah,
and then the other three are coming sometime next year. But I went nuts. I got the whole thing. I got the dock. I got the Game Gear adapter and everything. So
nice.
We'll see when it shows up. But it got me itching to revisit some of those old games just to, So I playing like Sega's old Astro Boy game for the GBA.
Oh, nice. That's a great game.
It was a treasure game.
Treasure. Yep. Treasure developed it. It's remarkably good. Busted out Drill Dozer for GBA. Yeah, the Game Freaks Drill Dozer, which is such a good game. And I don't think many people played Drill Dozer. I'm not exactly
I don't think
sure.
so either. No.
But it's man, it is one of the best games on the GBA for sure. But yeah, just playing a few of those, Donkey Kong 94, trying, a little bit more of that again. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting out some of those games again and kind of just biding my time until the Analog Pocket shows up in 2023, most likely.
There you go. See?
Probably. So, which is not really that far away.
I mean, look how fast 2021 zoomed by.
Just zoomed right by.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's really all I've been messing with this week.
All
so
right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's time for tweets.
Tweedly diddly dee. Tweedly diddly tweet. Tweet. Tweet, 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 tweedly diddly dee. Yeah.
All right.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Jessica, who says, "Are there any games that you've never played but feel like you have? An example for me is Persona 5. I've seen it played so often that sometimes I forget I haven't played it myself."
Don't generally watch people play games, so
yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of streaming type stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I mean, it's this isn't that I've never played it, but we've talked about this. But Kena, for PS5, Bridge of Spirits, which I played a bit of, but my son played through the whole game, and I watched him play through most of it, so I still haven't gone back to that. I want to because it's a really good game, but I every time I'm like, "Ooh, should I play Kane?" I'm like, I kind of feel like I played through that game already. So
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't feel like I really played it at all, but I've spent like 20 hours with it. So
I would say Fortnite for the same reason as Phil.
Yeah,
watching my son play Fortnite a lot, and a lot of the I haven't watched through Five Nights at Freddy's, but I've seen him play a lot of the Five Nights at Freddy's games.
Really?
So
did they get the
I've
new
experienced
one?
them.
Security Breach game that came out.
Did that come out?
Yeah, it's out. It came out last week.
No, did it?
No, I don't know if he even remembered it. He seems to be over Five Nights now, so I don't know.
The Dallas Quest.
Because you watch me play it?
Who else is playing the Dallas Quest, Greg?
That's true.
You.
The game was bizarre.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it was great.
Alrighty, let's do this one from Acrelius Real Brian B, who says, I need a rundown on all these newly available Genesis games on the Switch app from Seward. Dynamite Heady looks neat and is seemingly the gem out of the bunch, but I wouldn't know.
Oh, Dynamite Heady
the 5 that came out are Altered Beast, Dynamite Heady, Sword of Vermilion, Thunder Force 2, and Toe Jam and Earl.
Dynamite Heady I is a good game, but I find it sort of an acquired taste.
But it's another treasure game, right?
It's another treasure game, and like I say, it's a good game.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I really enjoyed it when it came out. I've gone back to it in recent years, and I haven't stuck with it.
Oh, really?
It hasn't stood the test of time like, say, Gunstar Heroes has.
Is Gunstar Heroes on the service already?
It is. Yeah.
I do not know. Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, Gunstar Heroes is better, but Dynamite Head is a completely different kind of game. Altered Beast, I think Altered Beast is worth playing once.
Well, Altered Beast, you can finish it.
You can
in like 15,
you can finish
20 minutes.
it. 15, 20 minutes. Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely not difficult. If you set it on like the easiest setting, the only level that'll even give you a challenge is the final level.
Yeah.
And that may be the first time you get to it. The second time you get to it, you'll probably just sail right through it. So, it's worth playing just because it's, I don't know, it's historic.
It is. That's the thing. You gotta play Altered Beast with the mindset of
this was what they sold the system on.
This was the launch game.
Kids were used to NES graphics and compare Altered Beast graphics to the arcade game, and it's certainly not 1-1, but it
holds up.
It's darn close.
It's pretty darn close.
Certainly looks more arcade accurate than any NES game.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
So
without a doubt.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, from a historical perspective, Altered Beast is still pretty great to play.
Yeah.
Although, man, they changed the ending from the arcade version.
Yeah, the Genesis one was different.
Yeah.
The arcade version ending was the same as like Golden Axe, where it was basically like all the players.
Well, the arcade Golden Axe ended with
they all escaped.
They all burst, like all the characters burst out of the arcade machine, right?
Yeah.
Into the real world. Yeah. And Altered Beast ending was basically like
all the actors.
Yeah, it was like a play. It was revealed that it was basically like a stage play, and you have all the people kind of getting out of their costumes and congratulating each other for a good show and stuff.
Yeah, all that was really gone in the Genesis version.
Yeah.
What were the other ones?
Sword of Vermilion.
Sword of Vermilion, again, you know what? I actually want to sit down and play that because I've never played through it, but it was a very early Genesis RPG. I think it's interesting because it was Yu Suzuki's team that made it.
Oh, was it really?
Which, Yu Suzuki was known for Space Harrier and Afterburner and Outrun, and so, and if you play it, you realize quickly, you can see that quickly because navigation is done in that game through a first-person perspective, which again was very weird. Phantasy Star, the first Phantasy Star had 3D dungeons that actually looked way better than Sword of Vermilion does. But Sword of Vermilion, anytime you're outside of a town, you are in a first-person perspective, and it basically looks like it looks like a super scalar port, a port of a super scalar game on the Genesis. It looks the way Space Harrier looks, or Afterburner looks. It's sprite-based scaling.
Hmm.
So it's different. It's an interesting game. And then the battles are weird. The battles are all real time. When you have a random battle, you're in an overhead view. You're like in the middle of a bunch of enemies that you have to sort of slash your way through or just escape the screen. And then boss fights are these like 2D fighting things. Oh. It's just a bizarre game, which again I think makes it worth playing because there's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. What about Thunder Force 2?
I did not like Thunder Force 2 at all.
I didn't either.
Nope.
I didn't either.
So Thunder Force 2 was so the first Thunder Force, which was like on Japanese PCs, I think, and maybe the MSX, it was an overhead shooter. Thunder Force 2 is a mixture of overhead and side scrolling. So you fly around an overhead scene, you have full 360-degree movement. Those are the parts I really don't like. I don't find them fun in the least.
No, they're not.
And you need to find your way to I forget how you trigger the 2D the side scrolling stuff.
Right.
The side scrolling shooting is okay. It's not great, but I don't know if Thunder Force 3 is on the service. But Thunder Force 3 is miles better than Thunder Force 2.
Thunder Force 3 is so
That's
good.
a classic.
3 is not on the service.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Wait for Thunder Force 3.
Yeah. Or Thunder Force 4, which is
Lightning Force.
Lightning Force, yeah. Not
yeah,
Lightning
Force. Both of those are classics. Thunder Force 2 is not.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then Toe Jam.
Toe Jam and Earl is great.
Yeah.
Play Toe Jam and Earl. And play it with a friend if you can.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and the great thing here is you can play it online.
Yeah.
Via Nintendo Switch Online.
Totally chill game.
Yeah. It's great.
It has its challenging moments, but otherwise it's just kind of fun.
It can be a tough game.
Play it. Yeah.
I've only ever finished it 3 times, I think, and before 2015, I had only finished it once.
So the bulk of it was more recently, huh?
And I believe I want to say that Toe Jam and Earl grew out of Sega's quest for a mascot game. Like
really?
the whole program that begat Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Toe Jam and Earl was up for that as well. Like,
oh man,
they were, and I guess Sega must have liked it enough to bankroll making the game, and I'm glad they did because it's great. It's a great game.
I'm glad they did too. Yeah, it is a great game.
Yeah, I love that game.
Indeed. All right, let's do another tweet. This one from Hacker Elias Namava, who says, "Which console has your biggest backlog? Can you wager a guess how long it would take to play all those games?"
Oh my god!
I don't want to wager a guess on any of this stuff.
I know.
I have to imagine PS2 is my largest backlog of owned games. I think
so too.
So,
probably, yeah. I mean, I got TurboGrafx games on my backlog. I need to play through.
Yeah,
but I can't even imagine the hundreds of hours it would take to go through my
especially when you consider as you get into like the PS2 era, games are getting a lot longer.
That's true too.
You know, like TurboGrafx games, unless you're talking an RPG, you're talking like an hour or two,
right?
Yeah,
for an action game. Right?
I mean, I still have Sea of Thieves on my backlog, and that's what, like 2,000 hours or something. CJ, is that right?
4,000. Yeah.
Are you kidding? Have you really played 4,000 hours?
No, I don't think I have. No. They sent out a thing that tells you how many hours you played it this year.
Okay, how many?
And what was your number?
That's just this year. This is not cumulative.
No, we don't want to guess. We've done this before. Just tell us.
Let me look at what it was. I don't even remember.
Oh goodness!
I bet you played more hours of Sea of Thieves than I played video games this year.
Oh, that seems almost a given, right?
I don't know.
I would wager he played more this year, Sea of Thieves, than Greg and I combined played all video games.
You think?
Yeah,
I kind of do.
Okay, let me look. Did you see Nintendo send out a thing that you can check how many hours of Switch you've played?
Nintendo did send out the kind of year-end
wrap up.
Yeah,
I'm not deflecting.
Nintendo sent out you've played X number of hours.
Yeah,
you just found the number.
This was your favorite game. What? How much?
How many do you think it is?
And again,
over 1,000.
This is just this year.
It's not over 1,000
in 2021. No,
this is not
1,000.
This is not since the game's release. It's not over 1,000.
No.
Okay, so it's 900.
Over 500.
No,
913.
No. I'm shocked it's not over 500.
Wait, it's not?
It's not over 500. No.
482.
Oh, wow. Close.
Really?
Very close. 472.
Wow.
Oh no. Oh no.
72 hours.
I mean, congratulations to me for being off by
Of course.
10.
Of course, there's still 2 weeks left in the year.
I guess you're right.
I feel like if you really push it, you can make that 500.
That's true.
I definitely could. Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I played a lot less this year.
I'm seeing in the chat,
Yeah.
hacker alias Ryo Hazuki
Mm-hmm.
is asking if I've finally played Shenmue 3.
Probably use Suzuki.
I have not.
I got that free on Epic Games.
I got it free on the Epic Game Store. Also, keep in mind though that I played a little of the first Shenmue game and did not like it at all.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you're alone in that.
probably asking me to play Shenmue 3. Not only would I not be caught up on the plot, but the odds of me actually enjoying it are slim. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love Shenmue, but it is not for me. I'm sorry. You know, I gotta call it this tweet, CJ.
What's that?
We had someone. I put this on our.
We didn't really answer the previous tweet, but anyway.
What?
No, we
didn't really answer the previous question.
Backlog.
I have no idea.
For me, the console for me is definitely the PS2. I have the most games on there that I've not finished.
PS2
I don't know how long it would take, but it would take a long time.
Maybe PS3.
I was gonna say I think PS2 for me as well, but Xbox 360 and PS3 will be right up there.
Yeah.
Because I was buying everything on those systems.
Glancing at my shelf, yeah.
It's the same here.
Yeah, probably one of those mid PS systems. But
by the way, Ryo Hazuki meant Greg, not Phil.
Oh, okay.
No, I really have not given time to Shenmue 3. I finished Shenmue 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy them? I'm assuming
I really liked the first Shenmue, but it was much more of a, going back to it now, it's not great. But it was really treading a new path back then, right?
Absolutely.
I loved the ambition of it. Wow, Ryo finished it 14 times.
14 times.
So, I liked a lot about it. Shenmue 2, I didn't play through when it was new. I actually played through that a couple of years ago. Because I was going to be doing an episode of Kevin Laraby's show with him. And it just never happened. That was around the time I think Kevin took a break.
Right.
But I did play through the game, and I'm glad I did. Playing through it, 15 years on, it felt old. Because open world games have come so far in the last 2 decades.
Right.
Yeah. And it still felt like sort of a trailblazing game as opposed to something new, obviously. Yeah. But I'm glad I finished it because it was sort of always on my plate and I always wanted to do it. But I just I've never taken the time to play. I have Shenmue 3. I bought it. I kickstarted it. But I've never really put time into it.
Well, speaking of open world games, do you see this talk that Bully 2 was almost announced at the Game Awards?
Yeah, I did see that.
Really?
What's going on there?
I would play Bully 2.
Why would
It's been rumored for a while that
they're
doing it.
Why would you tease that and not actually do it?
I don't know.
Playing with my heart. Man, I love Bully. Bully's so good.
It was a good game.
Never played it. What's it like? Just kidding.
Don't even. So we had a tweet from hacker alias super okay, who wants some clarification. He says, I've been curious for years, and I got to know what's the origin of the Lomax bit, referring to Lomax Lemming and the Scottish accent we put on and everything.
Yeah.
So I know we've talked about this on the show before, but also I wouldn't be surprised if we talked about it on the show 7 years ago or something. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's probably so. I'm not going to get super deep into it, but I mean, but it's an old school EGM thing from back when we were still in our Lombard office, and this predates
this was before my time.
Yeah, So CJ and I were there for this. There was a PR representative who worked for Psygnosis. His name was Mark Day. Well, his name is still Mark Day.
Yeah, it's still Mark Day. Right. And I actually was around for Mark Day, but I just wasn't working.
Oh, yeah. And Mark Day was very Scottish. Very thick.
Is very Scottish.
Still very Scottish.
Still is.
We assume.
He still is. Yeah. Very thick Scottish accent, and super cool guy. Really nice guy, real funny guy. And he just came around. This was, when was this? 97, 98? Somewhere in that range?
Yes.
I don't remember. But yeah, he came around to the office one day and he was showing off. He had brought a couple of new Psygnosis games. And he was very, very excited to show off this futuristic sports game that was called Professional Underground League of Pain.
Correct.
Or PULP.
Pulp.
And of course, Professional Underground League of Pain was how he said
Well,
it.
That's how Phil
That's my interpretation. But it really was Professional Underground League of Pain. And he was very excited to show off this game. The big draw was it had very, very impressive lighting effects, which it did. But yeah, it was just, it was a typical kind of futuristic Bill Lambier's combat basketball kind of future sports game.
Speedball.
Yeah. And as he's showing us that all excitedly, he then sort of offhand mentions that he has another game to show us, and it's Lomax the Lemming, which was a side-scrolling platformer starring one of the Lemmings characters. And but he was clearly not interested in that because it was 2D graphics, and this was when everyone was so hyped about polygonal graphics and everything. So, but Lomax is a beautiful looking game.
Oh yeah,
really nice.
Oh yeah,
animation.
it was very pretty.
It's a European platformer, so it's a European platformer. but it was gorgeous.
It wasn't very good.
Well, I don't think I've ever actually played it, so I can't say for sure. But
yeah, I don't think I played it past the preview that we were doing. I think I either wrote it or I played it while he was there.
Yeah, the odds are it not being terribly good because it's a European platformer, but that's just because I don't like European platformers. But
you like Gianna Sisters somehow.
Yeah, that's German. That's not really European. I don't think Germany's in Europe.
I don't think you're right there.
I'm no
dispute that.
But
now, if it's a UK and platformer, then it's not European.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, UK platformers I'm not into. French platformers I'm not into. German platformers, sign me up.
There you go.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is about Gianna Sisters.
I don't know. French platformers like Out of This World and Flashback. They're great.
That's true. Actually,
Rayman.
You're right.
I think you just hate the UK.
You know what though? I didn't like the first Rayman.
I didn't either. Actually,
it was too hard. It was a good game. It was too hard.
Second one's good.
I do like the recent ones
Rayman
though.
2 was great.
Like Origins and Legends. Yeah, Rayman 2 was good. I didn't like Rayman 3. But like Origins and Legends, those are both fantastic. But but the Gianna Sisters is they were very blatantly trying to ape Super Mario Brothers.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't set up like a friggin' James Pond game or Wonder Dog or some nonsense. It's
Dog Tor Kibble.
But yeah, he was very dismissive about Lomax the Lemming and just brought this game in. It's a bit shite, but I have to show it to you anyway. It's called Lomax the Lemming. But he was just like, but you can look at that later. Let's get back to Professional Underground League of Pain. It's gonna be
I was going through and I actually just posted a picture on Twitter today about I was going through and putting some of the game discs back into the big box PC games now that I have a place for them up on shelves down in the game room.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I'd done this, but like I put a picture up with an AOL 3.0 floppy disk that I found in my virtual Springfield box.
Oh wow!
That is still, it's sealed, so it's got to be worth millions. But
well, yeah.
One thing that I was noticing that I didn't realize I'd done is back when I was receiving PC games while I worked at Gaming Age, so in the late 90s, worked at Gaming Age, and we didn't get paid, but is I was saving the press releases that came with the review copies.
Oh, nice.
So all of those games that I received in the late 90s through Gaming Age all have the old press releases in them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was seeing a bunch of old names there and sort of going down memory lane.
That's fantastic.
A lot of those people I only knew as names because it was Gaming Age. So, I mean, we didn't didn't have PR people coming to visit us or anything.
Yeah. Sure.
But a lot of them were still in the industry when I got to Ziff Davis. So,
yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I know for a while, Mark Day, he got out of PR, and I know he was years ago doing like YouTube comedy. Like he was doing like stand-up stuff.
I just looked up his YouTube page. I don't think he's doing that anymore.
No,
he's like Burning Man videos.
Yeah, it's all he's just like he's got a zillion videos of him at Burning Man,
and then his Twitter account is all like ads. It's not like comedy anymore. Anyway, okay.
I remember Signosis. Wasn't there someone there named Charlotte Panther?
Yeah, Charlotte Panther was.
I remember there. I remember her for some reason.
Oh, is it? That's a cool name.
That is a cool name, right?
It is, yeah.
That's the reason I remember it.
She at Sony?
She was at Sony
for a little while too. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, Sony bought Signosis, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So there's that. It's just an old
reference.
Just an old game magazine reference. So
that two people understand, but yeah.
Exactly. But now you understand it too.
Now exactly. Now everyone understands.
You know the rest of the story.
All right.
It's like that news guy
on the radio.
Mm-hmm. News guy.
Paul Harvey.
That was
that's the one.
That was John Records Landecker.
More Chicago humor. There it is.
Oh, good. It's been too long.
I used to hear the Paul Harvey shit all the time.
Whoa! Look at this.
CJ just dropping the bombs.
We opened the floodgates earlier.
Yeah.
The rest of the story. All that shit. Yeah.
CJ's really got it out for Paul Harvey. It seems. What did Paul Harvey ever do to you?
Nothing.
My goodness.
Not a thing. All right.
Yep.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find Generation 16 episodes as they happen.
Yep. Be sure to check out the latest weekly Commute if you're a patron. Still coming along, though.
You will find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about during this episode. And you will even find a link to our Discord server where you, dear listener, can discuss this episode and other things, other video game stuff. We got quite a community there with us and our other listeners.
Mm-hmm. If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening application. We're also on Stitcher Radio or on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our shows on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can tune in and watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions. We typically record our shows at Sunday night at 5:30 specific time, but follow our Twitter account, which is @P1 Podcast, to find out when we're doing it for sure. If you like what you've heard, and how could you can visit patreon.com/P1 Podcast and throw a few shekels our way. Why? How do we misappropriate your funds this week? I don't know. We just steal them. We just steal the money.
Wow.
Why be clever about it?
It's not true.
Actually, you know why we need that money? So CJ can start dropping it in our swear jar, apparently.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a new thing now. My gosh.
What the hell are you talking about, Phil?
Yeah, see, exactly. Although I see you went a little soft on that.
Yeah,
one.
you did.
You
I thought there was going to be a Lebowski
Sorry, I
quote
was
there for a
gonna
second.
do it for real, but then decided not to.
That's
HE
all.
double
Walk in the
hockey
room.
sticks.
Oh my!
There we
Hey! Slow down there, Andrew Dice Clay. We got kids listening here. But you know,
boy
you're
blue.
there. It is. There it is. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Oh. But then they did something dirty.
There's some comedy that really aged well.
Oh,
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Oh, something about his wiener.
Go watch The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Oh my. You know what though? Your Patreon funds do, of course, help support our show, keep us streaming. All those extra costs involved with running a podcast. But you know what? If you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you do gain access to a special bonus episode every week. We record it right after this. We play games, crack guys, having fun. We're I think we have to.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. We have enough Patreon subscribers where we are legally required to, in order to collect.
Especially since we never delivered on that game club.
CJ.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, out of those,
I played through that game
400 something hours. I played through that game twice.
Yep.
My goodness. I got 1,000 achievement points on the Xbox 360 version. You know, I platinumed it. If
I hope you feel bad.
Were a thing you could do on the Xbox.
Yeah.
You know, those 400 whatever hours you played of Sea of Thieves, you could have spent 15 of those playing bully.
But I didn't.
Yeah. The real bully is you.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
I'll play it before the sequel comes out.
I doubt that.
That sounds like something you'd say.
But it has to come out on the Nintendo Switch.
Talking about what's on your backlogs. There it is. My gosh.
Yeah.
But you know what? We do play games and such on our little bonus episodes. CJ, do we have a game for this week?
We do. It's Jeopardy game.
Oh my!
Yay!
This is from a listener. This is a listener provided game.
Listener Zach Miller.
Oh, yeah. Zach Miller sent us a game. Is there a theme or do we know yet?
There's no theme.
Okay.
No.
Okay. But it should be exciting. I always enjoy a Jeopardy game. So tune in for that, please. And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to Generation. No, don't do that. Head over to Patreon.
I mean, you can go there too.
Well, you can.
Nobody does.
Generation-16. But what you should do is go to patreon.com/generation16 to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up. And now that Genesis games are being dumped onto the Switch on the regular, you could learn all about you know what you want to learn about? Altered Beast or Thunder Force 2 or Toe Jam and Earl at all? You did a Toe
I haven't
Jam
got to Toe Jam and
Earl. You haven't got to Toe. You'll eventually learn about Toe Jam and Earl. What's that?
Sword of Vermilion.
Oh yeah. See, he's got a bunch of episodes.
Like 125 of them.
125. A fraction of the hours CJ spent in Sea of Thieves. Greg has Sega Genesis episodes.
Thank you, Phil.
Yes.
And if you go there and you become a patron of the $5 per episode variety,
also cheap,
you gain access to the weekly Commute, which is a series of weekly vlogs where I talk about the creation of the episodes, the research, lately talking about how I'm blocked on a couple of them, as well as other videos I'm working on, games I'm playing, all kinds of fun stuff. And most of the time I'm not doing it while I'm driving. So that's a thing too. So I hope
think my wife realizes everyone can see her.
Yep.
Hi. What are you looking out in our yard for?
I was just looking at our Christmas lights.
Oh, okay. He's checking out our Christmas decorations.
Anyway, please go and support the show.
And that's it. What's that on?
That's
I can't. We're live.
Live.
Well, that's it for this week. CJ, thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.
Of course. Gregory,
Yo.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Philip.
Dana, thank you very much. She's laughing. Improvement. So
there we go.
And of course, thank you to our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single one of you. Remember, as always, take care of yourselves, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Get a shot, wear a mask, do as I command, and we hope to see all of you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Toodle-oodles.